crap, I forgot. It's my light. Oh, okay. This could be a problem, y'all, because it literally quit working on me again. Because I forgot to turn my light on. Okay, so now this is broken. Oh, no, it's working now. It was just showing the green screen, and I was like, okay, it's not working. Oh, the things technology does to your brain at like 10 o'clock at night. Oh, okay, let's do this. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The Hurricane Watching is here with your latest update on Tropical Storm Apollo here in the Mediterranean Sea. I had really messed that up bad. I thought the green screen was working because I saw a green screen here on OBS. I'm like, oh, it's not working. And I turned the light on. It's working just fine. Oh, turbulence has gone to my head. Okay, so this is what we're looking at right here. As you can clearly see, a lot more convection than 3 hours ago when we currently did our last tropical update. It's still very, very, very early in the morning. It's like 5 a.m. My nose itches so bad. It's currently about 5 a.m., 4:35 a.m. Yeah, about 5 a.m. Italy time. So we still have, oh man, 2-3 hours left. Excuse me. Well, the sun really starts rising in Italy, and we still won't be able to see this. But this is the latest satellite images. You can clearly see there's a cyclone right there developing. Excuse me. Tropical storm force winds really beginning to approach Syracuse, Italy, right there. Very, very strong winds. I really want y'all to notice that the convection really just blows up. And when we start to see convection blowing up like that, that is a sign that not only the storm is really trying to get itself act together, but it's trying to intensify. So we may see this up to 40, or up to 50, 55, or even 60 miles per hour as this storm begins to approach the Italian coastline. So it needs to be much more broader. But now I want y'all to notice how tighter the storm has gotten, how much more closed it is. That is another sign that the storm is beginning to intensify and trying to get even stronger, and those winds will be even higher. So I'm just wondering, at 1 a.m., when we see the daylight satellite, it's going to look a lot better on daylight satellite than it does on night satellite. And so I'm very curious to see what this storm is going to look like at that time. So we're going to closely monitor the storm, look at the radar, see what we have to look at, and get an idea what are we dealing with here. What are we, honestly, what are we looking at here? So I kind of want to take a look at here and take a look at what we're looking at here with Italy here. So you can really see that eye wall, if you will, trying to make its way through here. So that's one of the first things I want to notice. There's these, still getting these heavy rain bands. Here's the eye sort of sitting out here. It's going to probably fill in. It become a lot tighter, in my opinion. You can see lots of heavy rain over portions of southern Sicily, island of Sicily there. As you can see, look at that rain, heavy rain making its way through. Really see that eye wall area where we have some of the strongest winds beginning to approach the coastline, where we can see some of the strongest tropical storm force winds are beginning to approach the island right now as we speak. That might still be an inner eye wall. We're still seeing this thing developing right here. So closely going to be monitoring this as heavy rain continues to really approach the coastline here of Italy, and very, very heavy winds and strong tropical storm force winds going to approach and really bring these tropical storm force winds, because it could be bad for Italy, mainly because that's I can't even think right now. Mainly, heavy rain, flooding, storm surge is a possibility. Again, this onshore flow coming up from this portion of Italy right here. You're having those winds kind of come like this, and it's pushing water on the coastline, which is making the waves choppier and the water kind of rise up a bit. When the water rises up, that is known as a storm surge. When the storms are big enough and they have enough wind, they can actually bring water over the land and rise the seas. It's kind of scary to see. It's pretty terrifying. So that's certainly something we're going to be closely monitoring here in the future, in the next several hours as we move into the nighttime hours, and really see how strong the storm is going to be upon when this storm does in fact make landfall here early tomorrow morning here. This will be in terms of Central Time. Because you know how these storms are going to be again relatively. The storm is going to be relatively intense. Okay, hello everyone. How are you all doing? Sorry, cat's right there. So this is going to be a storm that's going to be pretty intense. For Italy. Now, for an average person who lives in Florida, this would probably be your typical tropical storm, or someone who lives in Louisiana. People who live in Italy, this is their worst nightmare. Tropical storm making landfall in their home country. But here in America, we see them a lot more often. Last year, last year in 2020, Louisiana was hit by 5 tropical systems, multiple hurricanes, multiple tropical storms. But for Italy, this is very, very rare. But we're going to closely monitor this and see how the storm does, in fact, intensify here in the future. So, again, here's a closer look up at what we're looking at here. And here is Zoom Earth, so we have an idea of what we're looking at, how close the storm is. The storm has really gained its rotation right here. So again, here's the radar. As you can see, lots of heavy rain making its way into Italy. More heavy rain is going to be on the way tonight. This is, again, going to be another quite intense system. A lot of the heavy rain's been mainly over southwestern portions, like down in this area. Lots of heavy rain, potentially lots of flooding for sure, are very likely. Syracuse region, so another relatively another bad system approaching the another bad system. So closely gonna monitor this. Not really a lot to say. Flooding's gonna be a problem, unfortunately. Does anyone have any comments, questions, or concerns? Gonna talk a little bit more about this, and I'm actually gonna go and talk about a little bit about the other systems too. Just sort of something I have to talk about, and then I can end the stream. Like a little update on tropical systems around the world. So as you can see, this is Typhoon Malau. It's weakening, no longer has an eye. No direct threat to any land directly. If it's 94L, does it? Okay, that's a problem. Okay, you tell me it's a low battery level? The wrong time, bro. How is this low battery? It's fine, it doesn't matter. I literally have this thing right here. It'll be great. I just have to get right into it. Life can suck sometimes if you're doing streams. Bro, what? Oh. That's a problem. Freaking charger doesn't work. Oh, incredible. You'll see me now? Incredible. So, Invest 94L does not have a direct impact to land. It is in nor'easter, which is why they're seeing hurricane force wind gusts and very strong tropical storm force winds here. 50 60 mile per hour sustained winds here across portions of the northeast. Definitely causing and producing lots of flooding here across, was producing lots of flooding, lots of damage here across portions of the northeast, like Massachusetts, New York, even partially parts of southeast Louisiana, Canada, but not a really big and intense. Wasn't definitely anything like nothing like Sandy of 2012 or anything like that tropical storm or that that bomb cyclone. This is also bomb cyclone, but nothing like that other bomb cyclone there in 2018. It was really bad. Here's Invest 90W, another system we're watching. Not expected to make landfall, directly impact any land anytime soon or at all. And Invest 93, yeah, something we're gonna watch because it'd be the first one of the earliest storms of this season. Gotta go back to the satellite imagery. Here's the France. What they're saying, not really saying much. The big story is definitely going to be this storm here approaching the coast of Italy. Kind of a big deal. I think that's easily agreeable that this is a pretty darn big deal because it's a a tropical system approaching the country of Italy, and that does it. You don't just get that every day. So again, there's that storm developing and beginning producing stronger winds, stronger and becoming more intense. Really, this is just going to be another big flood event. It's going to be a big flood event because there's a lot of mountains, there's a lot of hills, and because Italy is not used to this kind of weather, it's going to be detrimental to their economy. Financially, it's not going to be, it's going to be bad financially, and it's not be good for their economy. You can kind of see jet stream kind of moving upward through here, but it's not cutting completely across. It's almost like going around this. It's just kind of weird. I don't really know how that stuff works. Anyway, lots of convection way out here in the outer bands. Look at that convection just blowing up and flaring up. There is strong upper level winds down south here, moving across, but up here it is very calm in terms of upper level winds. And that eye, look at the eye. The eye is trying to close off and become tighter, low level circulation in terms of low level circulation. Look how cold these cloud tops are. Negative 70 degrees centigrade. Very, very cold cloud. Very, very cold cloud tops here. In the outer bands, we're talking negative 76 degrees centigrade. It's Fahrenheit, excuse me. Same here. Negative 70 degrees centigrade. It's Fahrenheit. Keep saying centigrade. Negative 70 degrees Fahrenheit here in the outer bands also. So you can really see how the storm, we got convection up here. This is pulling in moisture down here. So this whole storm is really trying to develop very well down here. So we're going to closely monitor and see how strong the storm actually gets. I'm very excited to see how this looks like in the daytime as the sun begins to approach the Mediterranean, eventually the Western Mediterranean Sea as we get closer towards 1 a.m. Really not a lot to say. Once again, I like to keep these streams short and sweet, give you what we're looking at, give you the latest updates. Closely going to continue to monitor and see the progression of this tropical system. As you can see in the last 8 hours, the storm has become much more well-defined, much more well-developed, is breathing much better, and still a lot of convection. It's still got time. It hasn't really moved much. It's not really doing anything. Look, if we even go in the past 5 hours, take a look in the past 5 hours. Virtually, it hasn't done anything in terms of movement. But in terms of convection, look at the convection that has occurred in just the past several hours. So, let's take a look at the past essentially 24 hours, alright? So this will be essentially just the past 24 hours. You're going to see a huge amount of convection. It's going to be pretty, oh, look at that. About some negative 80 degrees over here. It's insane how cold these cloud tops actually are. Even if we do the past, so even if we were to do the past 10 hours, we would really be able to see how much the storm has really developed and intensified over the past several hours here, about the past 10 hours. This is what the storm has done the past 10 hours. So you can really see what the storm has done the past 10 hours. Boom! Look at that in just the past hour or two. You can see how much energy and how much more convection there is. A lot less upper level winds, developing. And the storm is really beginning to develop and intensify much stronger here in the past 10 hours. So I'm very excited to see what this storm is going to do here. Even if we look at the past, let's say, 12 hours, what the storm has done here in the past 12 hours. Because truthfully, the storm looks a lot better now. There's a lot more convection. There's a lot better. The storm is able to breathe a lot better, and I'm very, very curious to see. So this is the past 12 hours. You can really see that convection developing, and the storm really going through convective bursts there. Very, very, very well developed. Look at that. Just so explosive in terms of that convection. It's pretty darn incredible. But now look at the past day. You can really just have an idea of how much convection there's going to be. So right now you can kind of see the eye might actually close off and become an even, I don't want to say pinhole-like because that is fearing and very bad, but really seeing this storm, look at these convection, that might actually try to wrap in, and this storm may just blossom even better, and that could actually intensify this to a 60-mile-per-hour tropical storm. That is just my own general opinion. That could be very bad if that happens. Just because that's, something that doesn't usually happen with these tropical systems in the Mediterranean. They just don't usually flow up and go through this incredible amount of convection. But we're going to closely monitor what the storm does here in over the next several hours. As we get into the later part of the night, into 1 a.m., we'll be doing an update. Because this storm, you're really going to see what this storm looks like here in the early hours of tomorrow morning. It's currently 10:16 a.m. here, so take a look at how much the storm has really gone through a tropical development. It literally looked like a cold front or a warm front or something. It was all elongated and stretched out. Then it really tried to develop, but then wasn't until these past few hours, so it isn't really until we saw the convection really happen. But you can really see that convection, boom, blows up. And you can really see it looks so much better, so much clearer. The eye is cleared out a lot. And we're going through a little bit more convection, so that's what we're looking at right now. Heavy rain has occurred through Sicily, Italy the entire day. It has moved. It has moved a little bit. It's definitely moved much closer to Italy throughout the entire day. But closely going to monitor and see what the storm does for the rest of the morning. So as you can see here, more convection here, which is like, here's about negative 55 degrees centigrade. But here, I mean, it is just really cold. Negative 67 degrees Fahrenheit. I mean, look at this. All of this is just a big blob of energy and convection. Oh, wait. That doesn't make any sense. Do this, and it looks like it goes backward. I don't even know. Whatever, who cares? But that's just something I wanted to kind of point out to y'all what the storm looks like and how it has just kind of blown up here in the last several hours. Convection, and then boom, convection really developing. A little worrisome to see that developing here in a developing tropical cyclone as it is approaching Italy. That convection basically essentially means there's about to be even more rain, and that rain could be even more intense. It could certainly lead to some flash flooding concerns here across portions of Italy. You'll continue to keep you the latest updates on this tropical system as it continues to, get closer to the country of Italy, and this again could be another bad thing. So the eye has really gotten much well developed and much more defined. Something I'm certainly concerned about, and because this is again another, it is in fact a developing tropical cyclone. So really, not a whole lot of stuff to talk about given what we're looking at with this storm. We'll be doing more updates and really talking about the development and how it looks on satellite here in the morning in Italy at 1 a.m. Central Time. So that's me for today, guys. I cannot believe I'm about to say this. I will see you guys at 1 a.m. Central Time. With that being said, have a wonderful rest of your evening, and I'll talk to you guys early tomorrow morning at 1 a.m. Central Time. We will talk more about the development of the tropical cyclone in the Mediterranean named Tropical Storm Apollo approaching Syracuse, Sicily, Italy, roughly or somewhere around early tomorrow morning. With that being said, have a wonderful rest of your evening, morning, afternoon, or day, and peace out.